Hi everyone, welcome back. Let's see today's painting, a beautiful calm moonlit autumn landscape. Here we are going to learn and explaining how to paint and transition to a final in a subtle. Small details bring the scene to life, mixing of colors in a few cool and warm undertones then create the illusion of depth and movement in your water. Let's learn to paint. Our needing materials: stick bristles, fan brush 8, flat brush 16, 8, round brush 10, 8, canvas board 10 by 12. I am just moistening my palette with a little bit of water, and the paints: Scarlet Lake, orange, Pythalo Turquoise, Sap Green, Cerulean Blue, black and white. First, and then moistening my flat brush, and I am picking some white and little cerulean blue, mixing well and pick up my first color. Just come here, the moon is the lightest, and just applying tape like this just to create a glow around the moon. Next, adding some Pythalo Turquoise, some white and little bit cerulean blue, mixing well for the next color. And just start to add next color over a little bit of your previous color and tape like this. Just apply a little bit of water whenever you feel too hot. Apply paint. This is little bit of darkest color. This is the night skin, so we need our sky is little darkest blue. Next, now I am using dry mob brush for our blending, just to blend the colors from the center outward, and using smooth transition and soften around by circular motion. Blend lighten to the darkest, don't press too hard. Once completing our blending, let it dry couple of minutes. Next, start to create our glowing moon. Here I am using this round shape and taking flat brush 8, picking a very little bit of our Pythalo Turquoise and some white, mixing with this water for the transparent look, then applying around the edge of this circle like this. Then spread it around here for the reflecting more light around the moon. Once completing this, now take out the shape of the circle. And using round brush 10, picking titanium white just to fill the color you need. Make the edge of the moon very sharp and nice. Our moon is very right circle shape, and inside add little darkest color. Already how to paint a realistic moon painting is available in my channel. That is the one color challenging painting. Please check the link in the description. Spend some time for finalizing in substill. Next step, creating distance tree. Grab some Pythalo Turquoise, Sap Green and black, mixing well, then adding little orange. Just tape it like this and holding the brush vertically, pull and tape upwards to create a leaves effect all the edges of the top of the trees. Just I am coming here just to highlighting the edge, the top and highlighting the leaves around. Next step, adding little black with this nice color and apply to create the shadows in between the distant trees and create the base of the land both sides. I am creating this forever land in the center too. Add some shadows inside, underneath and bottom of the trees too. Whenever I add a little bit of water with the brush, just feel struggling to paint. Next step, we are going to adding base of water. So I am using flat brush and I am picking some Pythalo Turquoise and Cerulean Blue. Mix well and creating here base of the water first. Just to fill the color in it, and I am going to back and forth brush stroke for this water. Next step, creating clouds. Next to creating cloud, I am using round brush size 10 and just lighten up around the moon like this here. And I am going to create the floating clouds, picking little Pythalo Turquoise, make little darkest, and we are going to create a transition. Just blend, smoothen and create the top and down of the moon. Two floating clouds we are going to create a. Next, for the highlighting, in the clouds to edge for the light hitting. So adding light color, I am mixing them randomly together and just I am going to down the top edge of the clouds and blending out gently here. I am creating some light and highlighting for out clouds in substill. Next, I am coming here and I am going to up to the down edge of the cloud. Just start from middle here, just a small circular motion brush stroke from to the left, again coming forward to the next side to the same techniques. Then using my finger, just smoothen up like this. Now just I am coming here down to the top of the edge of the clouds and just blending out gently, small circular motion and then just smoothen up like this. Once finishing this highlighting, next for the more light hitting, I am going to another highlighting for the more realistic look. Using titanium white here, I am creating some light highlighting for out clouds in substill. Here I am coming here for the highlighting our distance tree using 16 flat brush, picking more orange, mixing with this darkest previous color, holding the brush vertically, just coming first start left side edge top of these trees and just taping step by step gently. Don't give much more pressure and very less pressure in substill. Another highlighting, adding little more orange and white mixing with the same previous color. It's a very lightest tone coming like this, how we already did the same previous technique as it is. Once completing, next thing to create trunk and branches to the distance tree. So I am using long bristle linear brush, picking and tip with the black color just to create the trunk and branches for the trees. We don't add too much of details here, just I am pressing that make it look thicker and thinner trunk of the trees, and they are little thicker on the bottom and the little thinner to the top of the trees. I'm going to go all the way another one more highlighting to the distance trees. I'm using strip bristle front press, picking some orange and Scarlet Lake, mixing well, just tape the colors and around the trees, just at the top and just around the realistic look. We are creating the falling scene. And now creating darkish to all the edge of the land. Using round brush stain, picking black, mixing with our previous darkish color and apply here, and head on over to do all other sides this edge too. Adding some darkish shadows. I am adding little more darkish color here for the little more shadows. Later here we are coming and going to create some rocks here too. Now I am picking Scarlet Lake, mixing well with this previous color and randomly adding some grass effect by using gentle tape. No need to hard pressure, just to create both sides of the land. Next for the highlighting, picking some orange, little white mixing with this color, and I am going to start the lightest color and the start to add some leaves and gently add the little bit these edges, and don't add too much of leaves here. Now we are going to ready to create the trunk of the tree using a round size 10, picking some Pythalo Turquoise, Sap green and little black mixing bell and create the first trunk of the tree right here. Just drag the paint and bring the brush from top onwards to the sand gently. Going to create another bigger tree and another side line here too, as it is the same way I'm going to create the biggest one and the thicker too. When I'm coming downwards to be a more bigger and thicker on the bottom of the tree, I'm starting to create another one bigger trees next to this. After finishing this highlighting using the flat brush size 10, grab the light color, just create this kind of lighter shade. Start from the bottom just to pull inwards, very little curve shape, gently drag it likewise. This same processing coming to the other trunks of the trees too. Next, we will work that out from the highlighting the bright look coming this kind of edge of the trunk, and I am just creating this kind of short vertical marking to the trunk. After finishing this, I am going to highlighting just to give all the thicker and thinner branches to later. Now here I am using long Bristol linear brush tip with this darkish color and just to create some more branches and gently drag the paint around like this way to create thicker and thinner branches too. I am using strip bristles fan brush, picking some Scarlet Lake and one corner of the edge of the bristles. Tape it gently from top around all the branches for the autumn maple leaf on this darkest base of leaves. Next, for the highlighting and light heating, near edge of this land and water body, meet this side, picking some orange and white, mix well, then create, and going to go all this way. Here I am picking some orange and Scarlet Lake for this another layer, just mixing well with this previous and just a little bit of overdo on it and something like this, and I am not adding too much of this, just coming little bit too pretty look for the sleeves. And I want to cover it edge of the land too, and water body meet this area, gently cover it with a little bit of leaves and grass on this darkest color. And next step, and here I am coming and highlighting the small rocks here also, and just picking this light color, just work on this rock, smoothen up like this, a small circular motions and brush strokes, and just fade it like this. Here I am creating little darkish shadow of the rock underneath of this rock. Just a few area and the top edge come from the top down, smoothen up like this. I am picking very lightest tone and light color, creating little highlighting to our small rocks wherever the light hitting on our all the rocks. So we are going to create the transition. Here I am giving some beginner guidance. Always try to build the background with the base layers, soft distant trees, and using the tapping techniques. And just establish the background and prepare your canvas with a lightly damp and brush and to help paint flow smoothly for your painting. Whenever drying water body parts land, just try to give the horizontal brush strokes, short or long brush strokes. Don't forget to add highlights and final touches too for your painting. Don't forget to define details. Try to give the linear brush or small round brushes. Just always give the details like tree trunks, small branches and highlights, and for everything, and bridge also try to give this kind of things. The one thing, always vary your brush strokes, loose strokes, and embrace the textures, add depth and interest. Always try to learn the color combinations. Mixing of colors is very important. Learn to mix warm autumn hues, and here we are using the red, orange and yellow is the very good combination for this. Next, using the same fan brush, randomly creating this kind of some autumn bushes and create the dried leaves on the land too. So just I am giving some highlighting like this. Next step, we are going to creating moon reflection. Go straight down, and here is the reflection starting somewhere in here, and skip some area. This kind of zigzag way, just to go like let it fade it out, and glow of the moon is going to be lighter. I am adding some shadows of underneath here with a little darkish, add little more detail in water here. I am going to create back and forth brush strokes, try to give darkest color underneath of this rock. Here we are giving this darker color, give more a realistic look here. Base layer, we added reflect underneath of the rocks. This area is going to be little more going to go this kind of the way back and forth brush strokes, little bit more shadow. Here I am using the same flat brush and I am highlighting the water and a little more highlighting and light and tone and just giving the detail in here, and I am going to go back and forth brush strokes adding the lighter color on this darkest base layer. Some of the reflection and water highlighting and just mentioning the reflecting shadows and highlighting for the finalizing in substils and going back and forth on the water too. One thing, keep it in your mind, don't worry about your perfections, that whether the beautiful is beautiful or more beautiful, whatever it may be. Enjoy the process of the painting and focus on learning only and focus on your creativity only. Embrace the challenges all the way what you are going through the way and improve your craft work and don't worry and compare about your painting. Is just going through your way. Enjoy the process of your painting. Just make it your own and enjoy your creativity. Embrace the challenges as the way. Just improve your painting in your way. Finally, the final step, glow of the moon, going to be very brighter reflection on the water. I am trying to create the very light and smooth transition and spending some time to create in substill. You can even go over this area, very short lining towards smooth, little more, go brighten, go over one more time too. And this side we are giving our brighten highlighting. Some little grasses around here and falling leaves on it too. I happily feel that you are enjoying the processing of this painting and just try to your own. Always detail work, add depth in painting and create a story in artwork to experiment with specific areas of your painting. Adding little more darkish reflect some of this bottom of this rock, not too much, just it's reflecting and the shadows.